You got a minute? Wow. Hello, Feral friends. Welcome back to Feral. I'm your host, Savana, Montana. And today I am dragging major ass. I actually can't even believe that I'm here right now. Guys, you can leave the room now because you're not going to like anything I'm about to say. I started my period today and I get extremely, extremely sick when this happens. So I basically, let me just tell you how my morning started. It was a lovely morning. I slept in a little bit. I think I rolled out of bed at like 6 something in the morning. Met Zach for coffee, which was Devon. Had a lovely time. As I'm walking out of the coffee shop, I can just feel the cramps setting in. I'm like, oh no, it's happening. It's time. It's here. Here we go. So the second that I get home, I run to the bathroom and just start puking my guts out. So I threw up my entire cappuccino and then some. Couldn't keep down my dog. Couldn't keep down water. This is normal for me, by the way. So this is just like, it's usually like an every other month, depending on which ovary it is for me. But it's been a doozy of a day. And really the only reason that I'm here right now is because of you guys. And I need to be consistent and I need to show up, and it doesn't matter how bad I fucking feel right now and how I want to be on the couch with my cat and dog and fiance, because my wonderful fiance decided to come home early to take care of me, which he never does. So that's so nice because he knew how bad I felt. And as I'm leaving my house, he's parked in the driveway, or like the side of the driveway, because my big ass Hummer was in the way. And he's like, what are you doing? Where are you going? And I was like, I got to go to the studio and record. He was like, you're not going to the studio. Are you crazy? You're so sick. Yeah, I know, but I got to do what I got to do. It's my, like I have a consistent schedule that I have to follow. Had I recorded on my normal studio time yesterday, this never would have happened. And I would be on the couch with my family right now, relaxing and running back and forth to the bathroom in the privacy of my own home. But I can't because I was irresponsible and I didn't do my shit. So now I'm punishing myself. And I'm like, well, I don't care how bad you feel, Savannah. You have to show up and you have to go do your shit and you got to go talk to your people. So I'm here for you guys, and I'm here because being consistent and staying on top of your shit is very important, no matter how bad you feel. I might push an ovary out of my ass during this episode, but if Will can run a 100-mile ultra marathon, I can record a freaking podcast episode sick as a dog. Okay, if I have to pause like 48 times to get this like a 20-minute episode out, I apologize in advance because the bathroom is pretty close actually, but it's not that close. Even driving over here, I was like winking. This is how I was driving. I was like, I can't, when you're in so much pain, you're like a little bit high. You're like, I don't even know what's going on around me. Like, how am I even here right now? Is it legal for me to be driving in this much pain? Probably not. Not a good idea, but I digress. We made it. And actually, I even showered for you guys. I smelled so bad. I was like, when you get really hot and really cold and really hot and really cold and you're like sweating and then you're freezing and then you're shaking and like these are all the things my body's going through. I was sitting on the couch with a heating pad and I was just like dripping sweat. But I was like, it felt good. Like I actually felt good for a moment. So I was like, I don't care. Sweat it out. And then I was like, this is my moment. I have to go to the studio now because this is my window. This is my short little window where I'm going to be a little bit okay to pull my shit together. And then I took a 40-minute nap. So stupid. But I got really freaking tired really fast. And then my timer went off after 41 minutes because that's my number. So it was a 41-minute nap, excuse me. And then I took a burning hot shower. And my feral bitches know exactly what I'm talking about. You ever turn the shower on and you just take the nozzle and go all the way hot? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. And so then you close the door and then your shower's like, it's like a steam room in there. And then you open it and like a gust of heat and steam just like hits you in the face and you can't even breathe. Cause it's like if Satan was peeing in a bathroom, it would be like, that would be it. And I don't know why I'm showering in Satan's piss, but here we go. Like, that's how hot your shower needs to be. Yes. That was my shower. And I didn't even, for 20 minutes, I didn't even wash my body. I just stood there and I burned. I just burned in the water because it was just really nice. And I really enjoyed that. And then I got upset when I did need to wash my body because I had gone through all the hot water. First world problems. First world problems. So I really don't have anything miraculous prepared for you guys for this episode because the topic that I was going to talk about was delicious, but I'm not going to sit here for an hour because I don't have that much time. And the girls who know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to make it through a full solo episode today. So we're going to save that topic for another time. We can talk about it next week. Don't worry. We're going to get to it. But I don't even know what the hell I'm going to talk about. Let's talk about my eyebrows. One is like really big and one is really small. And I didn't even pencil in my eyebrows. I just put wax on them. Like, I was like, well, let me just get my shit together for you guys. Couldn't even do makeup. I was like, skincare, lip gloss. Here we go. Purpose of this episode is consistency and staying consistent and why it's important. And even when you're not motivated like me today, just get your shit together, even if it's the bare minimum. Even if you're like, I have nothing to give and I'm not going to make it. Just try, just a little bit. Just put yourself in a worse situation or compare it to something extremely difficult or hard or scary or intense and be like, oh, if that person can do that, I can do this today. Or at the very least, I can accomplish this much, because whatever your dreams are and whatever your goals are, they should be important to you. And even when you feel like dog ass and you really don't want to get out of bed or do anything, you still have to put in the effort. Even if it's a little bit of effort, it will make the difference at the end of the day. And you'll look back and be like, wow, I'm really glad that I did that, Probably 20 minutes after I leave or get home from the studio today, I'm going to be like, that was so dumb. I feel worse now. No, I'm just kidding. But I'll be glad when the Feral Friday episode hits and we all have something to talk about. And remember, consistency does not equal motivation. Consistency is showing up when you don't have the motivation, when you don't feel like doing something, when you have all the excuses in your head. I had a billion excuses why not to show up today. But I showed up anyways, because that's what consistency is. You have to prove it to yourself. You have to say, you know what? I said I was going to do something and I meant what I said and I say what I mean. So here I am. Focus on that. And once you start doing that, like this little small thing that's not that big of a deal, you'll start reapplying it in other areas of your life. Because if you can do it one time, you can do it again and again and again and again. And that's what builds consistency. So even the days that you're not motivated, remember why you're doing it. It could be who you're doing it for. Like, I really, really care about you guys. I care about my listeners. My audience matters to me. I also matter to me. Like, if I didn't show up, I would look at myself differently tomorrow, or Friday or whatever. I would be disappointed in myself and I wasn't willing to sacrifice the way that I feel about myself just because I feel really, really bad right now, even recording this episode. I literally almost brought my freaking heating pad with me to just sit here with it because I was so afraid to leave it because it helps, make the pain subside. But I was like, it's fine because I'm going to have to carry it all the way up here. And I'm like, that is how lazy my mind was today, but not lazy enough to not get me in here. So if that helps you, or if you guys need a little bit of motivation, please listen to this episode and take it from me. You can pull your shit together and you can get it done. You'll be thanking yourself, your consistent self, later. Your dreams don't pause just because you're uncomfortable, okay? And you don't always need a breakthrough week. It doesn't have to be breakthrough, breakthrough, breakthrough. In fact, that's not even realistic because every week is not a breakthrough week. Some weeks are really mundane. Some weeks are really exciting. Some weeks are this week for me, and they're just staying on top of your shit and being consistent. Okay, you don't always need a breakthrough week. Sometimes you just need a non-quitting week. Just don't give up this week. You can give up next week. And then next week, like, well, I could give up next week. I could quit next week and just never quit. Never give up. I know that sounds silly as shit, but it's the truth. It's like running, Well, if I run to the end of the sidewalk, as long as I get to the end of the sidewalk, then I can stop at the stop sign. But then you get there and you're like, well, I could just jog in place and I'll stop at the next block. And then I'll stop at the next stop sign. And then I'll stop at the next stoplight. And then you just keep going and going and going and going. So in short, you don't always need a breakthrough week. You don't always need some miraculous thing happening to be successful or to push forward. Sometimes you just need to remind yourself not to quit. This episode literally exists because I didn't feel like recording today. Because I had no energy and no motivation to show up. I could shed a tear on how bad my body is cramping right now. But c'est la vie. Such is life, baby. And if you're listening to this episode right now, wherever you are, whatever day it is, I don't care and it doesn't matter. If you're laying in bed wondering, does today count? If today counts, well, maybe today just doesn't count. It does count. Today does count. And you can change your mind and you can move your ass at any given moment. So if that's you, let me know, actually. Leave a comment below and tell me what the hell is going on with you. Or send me the email and we'll talk about it on the show. But this episode might just be your little piece of motivation to say, you know what? I don't have to totally throw today away. I can get something done. If it's even one thing, if it's something that takes you 5 minutes, if it's something that takes you 1 hour, you can accomplish it. Also, sidebar, besides my eyebrows looking crazy today, what was going on with my hands last week? Did you guys notice that I looked like a crab? Like, am I holding cotton candy in my hands? Like the whole episode, I'm going like this. Like, what? I was watching clips and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing with my hands? Oh my God. I'm a clown. I'm a Muppet. Like I had pinchers last week. I don't know what that was all about or if you guys even caught on, but I was on the floor watching some of my reels because I was like, dude, you are a mess. Absolute freaking. So I don't know if you guys want to laugh at me with me, but anyways, let me get back to the point of this episode, which we're still trying to figure out what that is. No, I'm going to just give you guys some quick, raw, off the cuff, unfiltered advice. And then I'm going to jump off and go home and crawl into bed and maybe drink some hot chicken broth or something. We're going to make it through this, guys. One of my go-to favorite things to remind myself is that readiness is not a real thing and stop waiting to feel ready for shit. Because usually readiness just never comes. I was not ever ready to start this podcast. I was not ready to start this show. I wasn't ready to come in today. I wasn't like, if you're constantly just waiting to feel ready, you're just going to keep waiting and waiting and waiting because all you're doing subconsciously is procrastinating what your goals are around what you're waiting to feel ready for. Don't wait to feel ready. Just get started. Sometimes you just need to do that one ugly move to push yourself forward and start something. It doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be thought out or overanalyzed or anything. Sometimes you just got to throw yourself together. No makeup, hair's a mess, in freaking jammies, literally me right now, and just do it. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be figured out. It just has to get started. So stop waiting to feel ready because that was a mistake that I made for years, literally for 3 years. I was waiting to feel ready to start the show. Didn't have a name, didn't have a concept, didn't know what to do. I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to start. And I wouldn't be here with you guys today, right now, had I not done that. So stop waiting to feel ready. It's a myth. You're not ever going to feel ready. You're going to feel ready after you start, actually. You're like, holy shit, I wish that I would have done this X amount of time ago. Readiness is just a lie that your comfort zone tells you to stay in charge, to stay in control of you. So don't let that happen to you. We've all let that happen with one thing or another, but it's super, super easy to overcome. You just have to get started. And ready people don't change their lives. Decided people change their lives. You know why? Because they make decisions, whether they're good decisions or bad decisions, at least they move. Because no matter what the decision is or what the outcome of the decision that you made is, it could be good, could be bad. Either way, you're learning. trial and error. If it didn't work out, now you know what not to do. That's the plus side of failing or messing up or screwing things up or not making the right decision. On the opposite side, well, now you know what not to do, so let's try the opposite. And you can decide what to do. But it's just a series of events. They go over and over and over again, but you have to start. So if there's anything that's going on in your week or in your mind or your business or your dream or some random freaking hobby that you want to do, figure out what the ugly thing is that you're avoiding doing this week and just do it. Don't wait to feel ready. Don't plan it out. Don't overthink it or overanalyze. Just do the ugly, uncomfortable, scary thing and see where it takes you. Knowing that your lack of consistency is costing you more than your failure ever will. That's a fact. Inconsistency erodes confidence quietly and daily. It like eats and eats and eats and eats away at your confidence. And you don't even realize how you start to talk to yourself. When you tell yourself, oh, I'm going to do something. I'm going to do this one thing, X, Y, and Z, and then you don't show up for yourself, you have no idea how detrimental that is to your mindset or the way that your inner voice talks to yourself. So remember, inconsistency totally diminishes your confidence. And it does it little by little, time over time, day after day. It's no bueno. So if anything, if nothing else, make sure you stay consistent, even if it's something so small, because you need your confidence to keep moving forward. The world is rough and it's unkind most days. So you're going to need your self-confidence to give you a swift kick in the ass on the days when the world is out to get you, or at least you feel that way or think that way, because consistency is important and your inconsistency is going to tear you to shreds. And all you're basically telling yourself is that you don't trust yourself. You have to trust yourself. You can't just continue to break promises to you and think that you forget. You'll actually start to look at yourself differently. So I want you to ask yourself today, right now, in this moment, what promise have you been making to yourself that you've consistently been ignoring? Just blatantly, like, I said I was going to do this, I said I was going to do that, and then I came up with all the excuses on why I couldn't or why I wouldn't. And whatever that is, flip it on its backside and make that promise to yourself and move forward with it. Even if it's uncomfy, even if it's scary, even if you really don't want to, kick out all of the negative self-talk, all of the subconscious that's telling you not to do something, and just do it anyways. And see how you feel about yourself. And look at yourself in the mirror and be like, you know what? I didn't really want to do that, but I did it anyway. And now I feel freaking awesome about myself. Another thought to keep in mind is your discipline. What are your habits? Who are you when nobody is looking? And I know I've talked to you guys about that before, but discipline is so important. Motivation is important too, but motivation is emotional. Discipline is your identity. You are who you practice being. You're not who you think you are. Discipline is self-respect in action because you're showing up for yourself. You're saying, I'm going to do this. This is what I said I'm going to do. I don't feel motivated. I don't feel good. I don't want to. All the things, but you did it anyways. That's discipline. You're showing up when you don't want to. You're showing up because you said that you were going to show up, and you're showing up because you told yourself that you have to. And it's unwavering. And it's so good for you. It's so good for your soul and your mind and the way that you look at yourself and how you show up for everybody around you. So just remember, on the days that you don't feel motivated, remember to be disciplined, because your discipline is your identity. And we all know somebody like that in our life, somebody that's like a super duper go-getter and they just never give up and they never quit and they're always so consistent and do what they say they're going to do. And it's just, you're like in awe of these people. You're like, holy shit, like he's really on one, or she's such a badass, right? So in the moments where you're struggling to be disciplined and you really don't want to do something, ask yourself, what would that person do? That one person that you think about could be a celebrity, could be a friend, could be a family member, it could be somebody that you follow on social. Who is that person for you? And what would they do in this situation where they don't want to do something or they don't feel motivated? So borrow some of their discipline and piggyback off that and create some self-respect for yourself by showing up anyways. Even if it's annoying, even if those people are like, oh, they're too much, or they're this, or they're that. Yeah, but they've got their shit together and we don't have our shit together today, you know? So if you need to, look at that, reframe it, ask yourself that question, and move forward with the discipline that you need to borrow from somebody else. And you're mentally, emotionally borrowing it from them. Obviously, they physically can't do the work for you, but in essence, they can inspire you to move your ass. Something that's been really heavy for me this week and this month and like stepping into the new year is knowing that nobody is coming to save you. And that scares the shit out of people. But for a person like me, it doesn't scare me at all. Knowing that nobody is coming to save you is kind of the best news ever. You know why? Because you know you can only count on you. And that's not a bad thing. And it's not shitting on everybody else around you in your life, because there's probably people that you can count on, sure. But nobody's coming to save you. You have to save yourself. You got to put your shit into fifth gear and move. Waiting for permission is optional. And it's an option that we don't click on anymore. We don't choose that option. Just actually delete that from your mind, because we're not asking for permission. We have to do this shit ourselves. The only person that is starting you from doing something or stopping you from doing something is you. Just you. Really, actually, if you think about it, nobody has control over your life. And if somebody does, for my listeners that do, and I'm sorry that you do, because I know exactly what that feels like and it's fucking brutal, but you have the power and the choice to remove that entity or that thing or that person from your life. Whether you want to believe that or not, that's a conversation that you can talk yourself in and out of circles with, but you really are the sole provider and chooser of your life. So no one's going to come and save you. You don't have to ask anybody permission. Everything around you is optional. You make those choices for yourself. And it might be hard to hear, and it might be uncomfortable, and it's not a cozy thought, but it's the fucking truth. The version of you that you want to be is waiting on you to act. Notice there's nobody else in that equation. It's you against you against you. The healed version sometimes has to come later. Sometimes you just got to give yourself a real gut punch and just say, oh, I don't want to do this, and this is going to suck, and I'm scared, and I'm nervous, and I have no idea what the outcome is going to be, but I have to make this decision for myself, and I have to keep moving forward, or else I'm going to stay here forever. And I don't want to stay here forever. And I don't want to have to ask people permission, and I don't want to have people decide things for me. You know what I'm saying? So I think knowing that no one is coming to save you is something that used to keep me up at night until I understood who I was. And now it's something that drives me and it motivates me. And I'm like, God, knowing that no one is ever coming to save me is kind of the best freaking news ever. Because that means I have all the power and all the worth and all the opportunity to save myself and create the life that I want and do whatever I want, whenever I want. And everybody has that choice, but you have to believe it and you have to own it. I believe it. I know it for you. So borrow my belief if you need to, but you have to remember that. So that's one of my favorite things to tell myself when I feel lost in the sauce. Like today, like I can't, spaghetti is my brain. I'm surprised I'm even getting this much out. Momentum beats mood every single time. And today, me sitting here with you guys right now should be a fabulous reminder of that. For instance, the reason that I didn't show up yesterday was because all of my self-talk and all of my excuses sat in. And I was just like, I was in a mood yesterday. I was moody, but I wasn't like a moody bitch. I was kind of vibing. And I knew something was wrong with me and I was feeling weird. And even Will was like, are you okay? Like, are you sure everything's okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. I'm like totally cool. I'm just vibing out on the wind. Like I was, oh my gosh, I think I'm delusional right now. I can't even believe that you guys are still here with me. So I talked myself out of coming because I was like, you know what? I'm just going to I don't feel like my feral self and I really need to give them all I got because that's, how I like to be with you guys. And I was just more zen. And so I stayed home and I cleaned and I did laundry and I watched some freaking Housewives. And like, that was basically the entirety of my day. Like I just did house chores and like hung out with myself, which is something I haven't done in a very long time. So it was super cool, but also irresponsible as fuck. You know why? Because I didn't show up for my own studio time. And now You make plans and God laughs, doesn't he? He goes, ha 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 ha. You thought that was a good idea, didn't you, girl? And I said, yeah, I thought it was a pretty good idea. I had a good day. Bad idea. You know why? Because you're going to start your period tomorrow morning and you're going to feel like dog ass. And I'm going to make it even more painful and worse for you because it's what you need. You need to know that this is not okay behavior. And you've got good momentum and you're on your shit and you stay consistent and you do what you say you're going to do. And the second that you don't, boom, a nice little fire under your ass gets lit. And you're like, damn, that was stupid and that hurts. And now my butt's burning and I don't want to be here and I don't feel good and blah, 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 blah. All those things. So when you have momentum and you're doing good and you're moving forward and you've got your ducks in a row, keep going. Don't slow yourself down. Don't be silly and get comfortable and think, oh, I got this because I always got this. You know, like I've been doing it for so long, like I could do this shit in my sleep. Doesn't matter. You've got the momentum, so keep going. Don't let your mood get in the way. Don't let your feelings, even if it's a good mood, even if like, I almost thought before I was coming here that I was going to be like moody bitch Sav, you know? And I was like, which would make a great episode because I could have just, instead of talking about this, I could have went off on like rants and just bitched and moaned and complained and like talked all the shit, which I haven't done in a long time with you guys. So I feel like maybe that would have been the vibe for this episode, but too late, doesn't matter now. But all in all, just don't let your mood dictate your momentum. If you feel good, don't let it change. If you feel bad, don't let it change. No matter what your feelings, your emotions are telling you, they're only there for a brief minute. Okay? So make sure that you're still on top of your game and pushing forward because your feelings follow your actions, not the other way around. Your actions don't follow your feelings. If your actions are following your feelings, you're probably a little bit cray-cray, which is cool because we love a crazy bitch, but not all the time. And it's not going to get you closer to your goals because you're just going to be all over the place. And that's when inconsistency sets in and the ungood things start to happen, okay? So no matter how you feel, good, bad, ugly, beautiful, fabulous, groovy, my favorite, feral, whatever your feeling is for the day, don't let it dictate what you're doing, okay? Do that one thing badly, do it tired, do it messy, screw it up, post it anyway, whatever, just do it. Because your momentum is part of your consistency and it's part of the way that you talk to yourself and it's part of your discipline, okay? So when you have Mr. Mo, call him Mr. Mo, don't let him go. That rhymed and that was not on purpose, but we can use, that's a jingle now. Mr. Mo, don't let him go. Okay. I need help. I gotta go, you guys. I gotta get off here and stop bothering you today. And I'm really digging the percentages lately. So if there's something that you can do 5%, like I just said, do it ugly, do it screwed up, do it whatever, just do it, even if it's 5%. Even if it's just like a little teeny tiny bit, do that because it's better than nothing and it is still part of your momentum. Okay? And to make this a little bit more fun and easy for you guys, I'm going to give you some fill in the blanks, just a couple so that you can actually jot these down or put them in your phone or save them in your notes or just save this episode, just save this clip and do it this way. That might be the easiest thing, but I actually want you guys to do this because it will help. This week, I'm done making excuses about blank. What are you done making excuses for? Write that down and follow the steps. The habit I'm recommitting to, even if it's half-assed, is blank. What are you recommitting to? Like for me, for instance, studying Spanish again, because for the love of God, I'm going to have to talk to my future grandmother-in-law because I don't speak Spanish and she doesn't speak English. So could be something like that. And for the last one, I'm done making excuses about being late to the gym because I'm late to the gym all the time. And I need to just be on time for the gym because I'm up super early. Like just pick anything, but fill in the blanks for yourself. Don't use what I'm telling you. You can actually, but personalize them for yourself so that you can actually get them done. If I showed up consistently to X for the next 30 days, my life would change by what percentage? Fill in those two blanks. X, Y. Okay? If I showed up consistently to studying Spanish for the next 30 days, my life would change by 25% because I could probably get a frickin' sentence out. Okay? And the one thing that I'm doing today that I don't want to do, I really, really don't want to do it is blank. For me, it's recording this episode right now because I am in so much pain. Pause the episode right now and actually answer those questions for yourself. I genuinely want you guys to. Don't lie. Even if you want to DM me and message me your answers, if you want to leave them in the comments below, that's super cool too. However you want to do it, but actually answer those questions for yourself, because I think that they're actually going to help you. And it helps when you write something down, and it's permanent also. The universe sees what you write down. So if that could be like one little thing that helps you to journal about it, write it down, jot it, just keep you on your shit, then seriously, I highly recommend it. It works wonders for me. All in all, just let this episode be your reminder that you don't always need a plan. You don't always need a Monday reset. You don't always need a new identity. You just need to move forward. You just need the consistency. You don't always get the motivation. You don't always get the applause. You don't always get what you want out of it. But after the fact, when you look back, you'll be like, damn, I'm really glad that I did that. It's not always going to feel good. It's not always going to be exciting. It's not always going to be thrilling. It's not always going to be happy-go-lucky. Like, some days are just freaking brutal, but you just got to keep moving. And you have to keep those promises to yourself. If you said you were going to do something, make sure you do it, and not for anybody else. Not because someone's going to clap for you, not because somebody's going to give you a slap on the ass, but because you said you were going to do it, and you told yourself that. And what you tell yourself and how you talk to yourself is extremely important. That's just self-respect, and that's trusting yourself, because now your mind, your body, your soul knows, hey, she said she was going to do something. He said he was going to do something, and he actually did. She actually did it. So now I know we've all got to show up as a whole. All of your spidey senses have to show up together, because they know, like, you stand on business, like you put your money where your mouth is. And don't keep pushing it down the line. None of that tomorrow shit, none of that Monday shit, none of that next week, I start this, I do that, I did it tomorrow. No, we're not doing that. And I know everyone does that for their New Year's resolutions too. Everybody started a couple days ago because they were like, oh, the holidays and everybody's still off and blah, blah, blah. Sure. Don't do that with everything else though, okay? Don't do that with most things. You can literally just start today. You can make a difference right now. You can do that one thing, that little thing, the ugly thing, the uncomfortable thing, right a frickin' way. And remember, you can show up tired, you can show up messy, you can show up however the hell you can just pull yourself together to get there. All that matters is that you showed up, and you're showing up for yourself. And in return, you're showing up for everyone else around you too. And everyone will follow suit. They're either going to respect you or they're going to disrespect you. Either way, they showed up in your life how they did, and you showed up for yourself. And people like that will fade away. They will come and they will go, but you got to show up for yourself, and you got to stay consistent for you. So if this episode helped you at all or lit a fire under your ass in any sort of way, go do it. Go do that one thing right now and save the episode. Listen to it again if you need to on the days where you're not feeling greatest or not feeling motivated, or you just want to come hang out with me and shoot the shit. But go do something. Go do that one thing immediately. It doesn't matter how it looks, okay? And I apologize in advance if my energy was not the most feral that it's ever been today. I am struggling through this episode, and I'm so happy that I'm here and I got to be with you guys today, but I am in so much pain, and I cannot wait to turn off the cameras and turn off the mic and somehow drive myself home to go get in bed. So thank you for struggling with me through this. You guys know where to find me on social at Savana_Montana. If you don't follow the show, definitely hit the follow button at Feral the Podcast. If you guys have any crazy stories or anything that you want to talk about or ask me any questions, feel free. I highly encourage you, but also feel free to email me at feral@savannahmontana.com. We do have merch out, so if you guys want to buy anything or get anything, hit me up. I would love to see you guys wearing some of the Feral merch. Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe to the show, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Instagram, TikTok, all of the places wherever you guys follow or listen or watch the show. Thank you for being here. Give us 5 stars. And you know what to do in the meantime. Stay feral and stay consistent. Okay, love you, bye. Let me tell you who the fuck I think I am. You got a minute? Wow.